Hello everyone, Roland Robles here with MLC CAD Systems. Today we're going to look at a few of the key feature enhancements inside SOLIDWORKS 2017. First thing I want to do is I'm going to start off by creating a section view so I can see what's going on inside this assembly. Now what I want to do is I want to be able to still maintain the overall visual reference of the external components. So instead of creating a section view that simply cuts the part by hiding a portion of the bodies, I'm actually only going to affect the transparency. In this example, once I confirm my section view here, I can now see all my internal components while still maintaining that visual reference point of how big the overall assembly is. Now as I look at this, I can see one of my internal components is actually missing a few key features. Let's go ahead and fix that. A few releases back, we added this really awesome tool called the thread command. This gave us the ability to automate thread creations. In this example, what I want to do is I'm going to offset my threads that way it starts actually a little bit above my part. Now the challenge with that is it creates material out here in space where there's actually no part. Really great feature in 2017 is the ability to create smooth thread transitions at the beginning and the ends of the part by manipulating this option called trim with start face or trim with end face. In this example, by turning on trim with start face, I can now get an even flush transition to the top of my part where my thread begins. On top of that, I want to make this very easy for my end user, so I'm going to turn on this option called multi-start, which gives my end user the ability to start this component essentially at 0 or at 180. Now the last thing I want to do to wrap up my design here is I want to go ahead and make the end of this thread have a smooth transition. Previously this would involve creating a few extra sketches. In this example, by highlighting a face and then choosing Swept Boss Base, I can then choose a path and create an even swept feature to smooth this transition out. Let me show you this one more time. Instead of actually having to create another sketch profile, I can leverage any face on the model for a sketch profile for a Swept Boss. By simply highlighting that face and then choosing a path to follow along, I can very quickly create swept features. The last thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and create a circular pattern, taking this tab so that way it goes both clockwise and counterclockwise. When I turn on circular pattern, I've chosen my feature and I've chosen an axis to pattern around. The nice thing with 2017 is I can now have a two-direction pattern. In this case, by simply turning on my second direction and giving it a quantity and an angled spacing, I can now go both clockwise and counterclockwise. I like to leverage symmetry as much as possible, so in my second direction I can actually flip on this button called symmetric and it'll create essentially a mid-plane circular pattern or a symmetric circular pattern both clockwise and counterclockwise. Now that we have our design wrapped up, I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in this video. I hope to catch you guys on the next one.